In this video, I will explain how to add an infrared device into the RemoteGate Device database. If you do have infrared devices, such as a TV and amplifier, I do have an amplifier, Denon 4400. The goal, so to be able to interact with the device, is to find the infrared code. For this, you can have a look on RemoteCentral DB or LIRC, which is the Linux database, to see if you can find the device that you own. If you don't find the device that you own, then if you have an HTC ONE M8 or ONE M9 phone, then you can try to learn the original remote control. Samsung phone only have blasting capability, so you cannot learn. So therefore, you will have to find the code on the RemoteCentral or LIRC. I believe it's the same for LG and Sony, which do have a learning capability, but they didn't expose the learning API. It's not a standard. So let's give a try to see if I'm lucky and I can find my Denon AVR 4400. So let me go and look at for Denon. Here I find Denon as a brand, and here are the models that exist on the RemoteCentral database. And unfortunately, there is no AVR 4400, but I still can give it a try and see if the AVR 3300 is working. So let me select the mute button here, and let me add it to the device database. If I extend this entry, and if I look at the content, this is the infrared code that I just fetched from RemoteCentral, which is the mute button for the AVR 3300. Let me see if this code is working for the AVR 4400. So I'm going to click test. Apparently, this is working fine. Now, the goal of this video was also to show you the learning capability of the HTC ONE M8 phone, which actually I own. It should also be fine with the HTC ONE M9. I don't see why that wouldn't be. So I add a device transport. Infrared is the transport that I want to use, and I'm going to call this AVR, actually Denon, sorry. Did some typo. Denon and AVR. And I just make OK. So a new entry has been given. As you can see, there is no function, so by clicking the plus picture here, I can actually add a function. This function I can rename with mute, so give it the name mute, and here I can actually either copy and paste directly a code that I find or try to learn it. It just happens that I have an HTC ONE M8 and it says that I have learning capability. So let me give it a try. So I click the learning button, I fetch my original remote, and I aim it against the HTC ONE M8. When I clicked on the mute on the original button, this is the code that has been recognized. So let me give it a try, see if this is recognized. Obviously, this is all working fine. So now if you just save those entries, it's going to be all fine, basically. So you can see the difference between the RemoteCentral Device database and what has been actually learned by the phone. Infrared code are based on frequency, so it's not that strange that you have a different code. It's just learning code. Now let me exit. I can save the changes, and now I can actually interact with this device using the RemoteGate application. Okay, hope you enjoy the video.